Fast and Furious 2, coming to a gun shop near you. What's up, crumpy people over the internet? My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist with AMLN News, best damn website on the planet where you can get all your 2A news. I investigate the ATF, FBI, and all the organizations and agencies out there that want to violate your God-given and constitutionally protected rights to bear arms. I am also a gun right advocate with Gun Owners of America, Washington, D.C.'s only no-compromise gun lobby. I am currently serving as GOA's director for the state of Virginia, which is my home state. All right, before we get into today's story, I need you to do me a huge favor. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with other people that might be interested in it. Let's grow our community together. All right. We're going to be talking about something called Operation Southbound, or as I call it, Fast and Furious 2. Operation Southbound is a ATF-led program that is supposed to prevent guns from flowing from the United States to Mexico. State Department's involved, ICE, DHS, all these different organizations are involved, DEA, but it's an ATF-led program. One of the things that they do is if a gun is found at a scene of a Mexican crime, they will run the serial number and determine if that gun came from the United States. If it did come from the United States, they'll track down exactly where the gun was sold and who it was sold to, and it becomes like a regular trace. The Mexican authorities have a direct line into the ATF to do this, but this is not the controversial part. The controversial part is something that they have now put on the IOIs. The IOIs, if you don't know, are Industry Operations Investigators. What their job is to go into gun shops once a year, look through the books and make sure all the paperwork is in order, make sure there's no violations of paperwork or record keeping, and work with the gun shops to ensure that the data is accurate and recorded correctly. They're not law enforcement in any sense of the matter. The ATF is broken up into the law enforcement side of the house and the industry side of the house. The IOIs lay squarely on the industry side. There's no bleed over. A while back, I got a copy of the IOI handbook, which basically lays out the rules. And in there, it says you're not law enforcement investigators. If you see anything that's illegal, please notify a special agent who will then investigate it and get warrants to go look for whatever is illegal. They're not supposed to be doing warrantless searches. And according to the head brass of the ATF, that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They have no training on law enforcement either, so keep that in mind. The head brass, the head of the ATF, is asking these IOIs to go into gun shops and to look for patterns of criminal activity and look for patterns of guns flowing to Mexico. Once again, they're not trained to do that. They have no idea what to look for. They're not law enforcement investigators. They are industry investigators. So they're going to go in there and they're going to look for all these patterns. They're not going to inform the gun shop owners, the federal firearms licensees, that they are looking for criminal activity or they're doing a criminal investigation, because this amounts to a criminal investigation, really. It is a criminal fishing expedition every time they go in there, and they're doing this without a warrant. So this is basically a warrantless search, which they're prohibited from doing. Special investigators, special agents need a warrant to look for the same information that the IOIs are now being asked to look for. And they're being asked to look for this with no evidence of wrongdoing. So I think this violates the due process clause. I think this violates the 4th and 5th Amendment. This is ridiculous. This is them using their once a year visit to initiate a criminal investigation of someone with no evidence of doing criminal activity. I don't think this is right, and I think this is going to be a big story. It should be a big story, at least. I'm not sure if it's going to be one, but I really do think it's going to have to be, because they're violating the 4th, 5th, and 2nd Amendment rights of people. So ATF not only violates people's Second Amendments, but they violate other people's rights. And we have to stop this. We have to make sure that they know that we are aware of this. We are watching, and they cannot do this. I obtained this information from a conference call and also some other documents that are in the hands of an attorney right now. So Mr. ATF, everything's in the hands of an attorney, so don't screw with me. Don't come and shoot my dog, because there's an attorney that has this information plus more. And if something happens, it will get released to everyone. I don't think you really want that, do you now? All right. With that said, I put a lot of work into these investigations, and I take a lot of risk. If you want to reward me a little bit so I can invest in the projects that I really, really like, and I'm really, really passionate in, I have a couple ways you can do that. I have a join button. Actually, I don't have a join button on this channel. I have a join button on my live channel, John Crump Live, where I do live streaming every 4 to 5 nights a week, maybe 6, 7 nights a week sometimes. But I also have a Patreon. My Patreon is where you can help fund my research, help fund the projects that I'm passionate about. Remember, I take a lot of risk, and I put a lot of work into doing this for very little return. So if you want to help out a little bit, go right ahead. I would sincerely appreciate it. We need to get involved in supporting independent journalists like myself. All right. The most you can do, the best thing you can do, is like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Get some of your friends to subscribe. It would help me out tremendously. But with that said, my name is John Crump. Stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keeping the fight. I am out. Peace.